This financial aid presentation will provide you with tips and tools to ensure your financial aid is complete. Here are some financial aid eligibility requirements. First, you must complete a FAFSA. In order to complete a FAFSA, you have to be either a U.S. citizen or an eligible non-citizen with a valid Social Security number. You also have to have completed a high school diploma or GED in an eligible degree or certificate program. Students need to be in good standing, not in default on their federal loans or owe any money on a federal grant. You also must demonstrate financial need and be within good satisfactory academic progress. In order to successfully complete a FAFSA, you must create an FSA ID. You'll have to create a username and password. This username and password will be used for FAFSA completion and allows access to certain U.S. Department of Education websites. One required for student and a different for your parent, if you are a dependent. May be used by students and parents throughout the financial aid process, including subsequent school years. Each must have their own individual email addresses. You want to make sure that when you're creating your FSA ID username and password that you are using your personal email address and your parent is using theirs. You can set up your accounts on www.studentaid.gov/FSA-ID. After you have successfully created your FSA ID username and password, you will go on the www.fasfa.gov website to complete the FAFSA application. FAFSAs may be filed at any time during an academic year, but not earlier than October 1, prior to the academic year for which the student requests aid. Our priority FAFSA deadline is July 15th for fall semester and November 15th for those attending spring semester only. FAFSA collects demographic and financial information to calculate a student's financial need. Colleges will use the FAFSA in order to determine how much financial aid they can offer you. The CT State Community College Federal School Code is 007635. When you enter this number on the FAFSA, you will see a Hartford, Connecticut address. This is the correct address, no matter what campus you're on. After you have successfully created a FAFSA and completed it, at times you will be selected for a process called verification. You will know if you were selected for this process by an email and/or text from our partner, Inceptia. They will invite you to create an account on the verification gateway to complete the process. If you are a dependent student, your parent will also need to create an account on the verification gateway website. You and/or your parents may need to submit copies of tax forms or proof of identity, high school graduation status, or immigration status. This verification process will be sent to you via email and text. You can always check with your campus's financial aid office if you need assistance. Financial aid awards. Where does the funding come from? Financial aid is funded through by different sources, including federal government, state government, college, university, private agencies, civic organizations, associations, and churches, students or parents' employers. Aid comes in the form of grants, work study, and loans. Award notifications are housed in the financial aid section of the MyCT State portal. Notifications are electronic. Read college-assigned emails. We highly recommend that you are reading your student email daily to ensure that there aren't any updates that may impact your financial aid. Financial aid awards. What type of funding is there? Grants or scholarships. Money that does not need to be repaid. Think of it as gift aid. It's usually awarded based on financial need. There are merit-based funds that are based on various criteria, such as academic, athletic, or other talent. Loans, money that must be repaid with interest. It may be borrowed by a student, parent, or both. Repayment usually begins after education is finished. We highly recommend talking to your financial aid office to see how to keep your debt load as low as possible. Work study, money that a student has the potential to earn through part-time employment. Funds are typically paid through a paycheck or non-monetary compensation, such as room and board. Ask your financial aid office for more information regarding potential work-study employment. College is expensive. Financial aid doesn't always cover everything. That's where free tuition comes in. What is free tuition? The free tuition program allows students to attend CT State for free. Funding covers the gap between federal and state grants you receive, and community college tuition, and mandatory fees. Entry into the program will be accepted on a first-come, first-served basis. How to qualify? First, you'll have to be a Connecticut resident, a high school graduate, college student. As long as you did not attend college prior to fall 2020, you may be eligible for this program. You must also complete a FAFSA, and all financial aid requirements must be satisfied. You'll either have to be a part-time or full-time student. So that means attending community college part-time at 6 credits or more. Degree or certificate program. You must enroll in an eligible degree or credit-bearing certificate program in order to be eligible. You have to be in good academic standing. Once you're enrolled, remain in good academic standing. All registered courses must fulfill a requirement in your declared program of study to receive funding. We highly recommend speaking to your guided pathway advisor to ensure that all of the classes that are part of your current credit load are part of your program. Free tuition is a last dollar scholarship and grant program to cover any expenses remaining after students have already exhausted their federal, state, and institutional financial aid opportunities. Students must maintain satisfactory academic progress in order to be eligible for their financial aid. Your satisfactory academic progress is a combination of your cumulative GPA, your semester hour completion rate, and the maximum time frame that you have spent at the college. Below is a chart for degree-seeking students to help you navigate where your SAP status should currently be. Satisfactory academic progress. The difference between qualitative and quantitative. Qualitative. Cumulative grade point average. This is how your GPA will affect your satisfactory academic progress. Quantitative. Completion pace, aka maximum credit hours. How many hours have you completed? For financial aid purposes, all the courses you take as a student have to count towards your requirements. Academic warning status. A one-term extension of financial aid eligibility. This can be granted once without an appeal and without an academic plan in place. It cannot be granted in 2 sequential terms. It can only be granted if academic progress is reviewed after each term. You can check on your academic warning status and any other SAP status on your financial aid portal. FA probation. Financial aid probation can be granted only if the student's appeal is approved. This requires an academic plan for approval. If you are a student who is unsatisfactory, you will have to complete a satisfactory academic progress appeal with your academic advisor. Once you have completed your satisfactory academic progress appeal, you will either upload your complete satisfactory academic progress appeal to your CT State portal for financial aid, or you can stop by the financial aid office to make sure that all of the documents you have provided are sufficient for submission. You will also need to ensure that you have created an academic success plan with your advisor in which you can successfully achieve the benchmark grades listed. If you are a student with a special or unusual circumstance that could not be documented on the FAFSA and is listed here or may not be listed here, if you have the documentation and supporting documentation, we recommend contacting your financial aid office to start the process of a special or unusual circumstance review. Here are some very important potential roadblocks that you must keep in mind. Help yourself to avoid these roadblocks. You want to maintain communication with your academic advisor, your financial aid office, your professors, and of course, check your MyCT State portal and school email on a regular basis. It's very important that you ask questions. The potential roadblocks that may occur for students on financial aid are verification. As we previously discussed, the verification process must be completed in order for your financial aid to process. There are also factors such as satisfactory academic progress. You want to avoid repeating classes and only take the classes that you need. You can keep track of your satisfactory academic progress on the MyCT State portal. There are situations in which students may withdraw from the institution or their classes. The return of Title IV funds, also known as R2T4, is when students withdraw from all classes, which means financial aid has to be returned to the Department of Education. This is on a case-by-case basis and should be discussed with your financial aid office. There's also academic engagement. Yes, the student must engage in their classes in order to be eligible for their financial aid. And last but not least, speak to your financial aid office about avoidable debt load increases. This means withdrawing and repeating classes, or even borrowing student loans at a full-time rate as a part-time student. If you have any other questions, it is recommended that you contact your home campus. When you contact your home campus, please make sure that you are sending your student emails from your college email account. We recommend including your student ID number in either your signature or the subject line of your email. A representative will contact you within 24 to 48 hours with more information. Thank you for watching this video. We look forward to having you at CT State Community College.